what works for me might not work for you, and is definitely not going to work for your neighbor. There's a lot of difference between what each and every one of us thinks about emergency preparedness. What I've brought today is an example of what I use. By all means, we all need to be prepared, and emergency preparedness should be on the table. Let's go ahead and get started here. The first most important survival item is obviously what? Water. So let's start with water. Now, with survival items, we'll always talk good, better, or best. So the good thing to have is a couple of whatever type of jugs you have. When we have these types of plastics, what I do is I wash them out, I refill them with water, and then I stick them behind the sinks. They're in a cool, dark place. Most water will last about 6 months to a year. What's better is having a 55-gallon drum. Those can be expensive. You can spend upwards of over $100 on one drum. Usually they're recycled drums from maybe orange juice or apple juice concentrate. They're usually blue in color. That's a food grade type item. And sometimes you can get them at the feed store where they sell horse feed for about $20 a drum. This is a pump system. And what it pretty much is it's a hand pump. It's a canister about the size of a soda can. It has a tube. You put it into a muddy puddle, or you can put it even into the toilet, and you pump your hand and fresh water comes out the other side. I think personally the best item for water filtration is the life straw. I'm not a life straw guy. I'm not telling you buy life straw, but these things here, you can take a cup up and scoop it up in mud, put your straw in it, and drink right out of it. No pumping, nothing. The force is just the suction that you draw the liquid through the life straw. I've used these, they're great. Another thing that you can have to make sure that you have clean water is chlorine. Everybody should have a jug of chlorine in their laundry room. I prefer to have a couple gallons. Regarding chlorine and using chlorine to make water potable, it's perfect. So there's two different types of water. There's clear water. This is non-potable water that we're trying to make potable. And then there's cloudy water. Because even if you have a mud puddle, you can take a t-shirt, pour the water through a t-shirt, it'll filter out most of the sediment. If you have clear water, 8 drops per gallon. 30 minutes later, it's drinkable. If you have cloudy water, 16 drops of chlorine, and it's drinkable. Sometimes you get that aftertaste, but the best way to make water taste better, even if it's been sitting, is to take 2 jugs and pour it back and forth between 2 jugs. It aerates the water, makes it much more tasty. That's the word for it. You can also use iodine tablets. You can buy those at any camping store, including Walmart. Those make water drinkable, but it's lousy. It tastes bad. But if you're dying, it'll definitely work. Yes, sir.
One of the great sources of water is your hot water tank. You talk about a 55-gallon drum. You've got probably 40 to 50 gallons in your hot water tank. You could put it in your bathtub. And then what comes down the line is probably another 30, 40 gallons. So there's an immediate source of clear water there.
That is true. And everything out of your hot water heater is drinkable. If you know of an impending problem and you need to store water, the best way to do it is to fill your bathtub. But the problem is, are we going to fill our bathtub before the earthquake hits and then the water's turned off? So that's not always viable. Yes, ma'am.
Why do you recommend throwing out the water after 6 months?
Water just can go bad and go stale.
Okay.
It's just a stale thing, and plus it can have contaminants, and then you can have bacteria growing in it.